I've been through the storm, now I'm iced out. Had to cut some ties, now this thing's out. Ain't no turning back, yeah, it's up now. All I see is money, I'm back.
What's up? It's your boy Tae. You plugged in with Tae and Ron today, man. We got a special guest today in the building, man. We're working with two mics because my mic ain't working. But we got a special guest in today, man. We got Keisha here today. She's going to talk about... What you say you was going to talk about again?
Talk about the way the young boys is running wild.
Right. I'll let y'all take over, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You talk about that.
So how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
We doing good.
Excellent.
Excellent. Everything's great on this part.
It's good. Well.
So what did you have to talk about today, Keisha? I want to call you Miss Keisha so bad.
No. It's not Miss Keisha. It's just Keisha.
Okay, Keisha, okay. So how you feeling about these young brothers, the way they acting up now?
Well, from a single mother with 3 sons, I have a 30-year-old, 26, and a 18-year-old. My 30-year-old has never been a street kid. He's always been a game, play football. Then that next one, he's been in the streets, but thank God he done wheeled himself back in. But this 17-year-old, they don't have no respect and morals for life. They don't have, genuine loyalty to their parents. Because us single mothers who's done raised kids coming up, and their fathers probably was somewhere, in and out. But real dads is always there. A real dad, if a mother and a son or any child is talking in a disagreement, a real dad is going to say, you got to respect your mama. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You might not agree with her, but you got to respect what she say. These dads these days be like, oh, you don't got to listen to the bitch. Tell you the bitch won't no good anyway. I mean, just dumb. So that makes the kids not respect their mother.
Right.
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because they should have their back. Because at the end of the day, these young men need to know they go to jail, who they gonna call?
Their mama.
Ghostbusters.
Right.
Ghostbusters.
If they move in with their baby mama and they get into where they coming back to?
Mama.
They mama house.
I'm back, y'all. I'm using a little mic.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, no matter what come or go, they need to respect their mother. And a lot of these young men out here do not have respect for their mothers. I don't know if it's looking at the dads disrespecting them or they think they grown enough and they don't have to respect them. I just don't understand, but they need to figure it out.
Yeah, me and Tay was talking about that yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, we was talking about that. Yeah. I was telling them, a lot of fathers didn't teach their sons to be fathers. So I was giving him an example. When I grew up, my father was there, but he wasn't there. He never taught me how to be a father, only because his father never taught him how to be a father. So I had to navigate through that to learn how to be a father. So these young brothers out here now, their father's not teaching them how to be a father or how to be respectful to their mother. So they copycat what they see their father do, and they implicate it towards their mother and towards their girlfriends.
And I can't say that my son, he wants to be what he was. He says he's not running with the Bloods in the gang or whatever. But his big homie, one time when he was disrespectful, he came and got him and he took him up there to his house and he had the other boys jump him because he said, no, this is not what you're going to do. You're not going to disrespect your mom. I'm not tolerant. I don't play that. You can do a lot of things, but that right there ain't one. Yeah. So he came back home with a black eye beat up, and I was like, God, boy, what happened to you? He say, you. He talking about social said, this is what happens when I be disrespectful on his watch.
I know when I was coming up, you be disrespectful. You get it. I remember one time, man, my sister, she used to be terrible about that. Wanted to kill her, man. Disrespectful to moms, You should never be disrespectful to your mother, period. Not even your father, but
right.
I can't even see.
You shorten your days.
That's like somebody spitting in your mother's face, man. You're gonna take their heads off, period.
Yes, for real. And then you want your kids to do better than you did, coming up, so they should want to do better. But we ain't always gonna be there.
No.
So they need to learn early.
But it's a lot of older brothers out there that don't even try to teach the younger youth anything about respect and respecting their household.
They gave up.
Which they should have never gave up.
They said they too far gone and they can't do nothing with them. But at the end of the day, my child might not listen to me, but he might listen to you.
Right.
And that's like true. Your child might not listen to you, but they'll listen to me. That's why I say these older dudes that's been through it and been out there, they should wanna help, grab a hold back to them. Cause if when he was playing football, he had all the love and respect from everybody. Right. So then when he got put off the team, then that's when everybody fell off from him, and then that's when his feelings were hurt because he was like, "Ain't nobody there. I don't have nobody."
Right. I know. I got a son, right? So when I went to prison, I guess I was looking out for him, taking care of his problems and from prison. So when I get out, he's like, "Oh, you ain't my father. You ain't did nothing for me." I'll be like, "Yo, all them Christmas you was having, you think your mama did that? I'm sending money from prison." He got in trouble. He had a basketball career, so he was with his brother and his nephew, his cousin. He takes their car while they in a party. He gets pulled over. He got a brick and a half in the car. So that ended his career. At 20 years old, he never had a chance. So I had to distance myself from him because I'm calling him like, "Yo, woo, woo." He's doing good now. He's a manager. He's in Atlanta. He's doing his thing. Okay. But the whole thing I hate, he kept saying, "You never did nothing to me. I ain't got to call you dad." I'm like, you ain't got to call me dad, but you're going to respect me, period. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you say. Because I said, I'll call some people in Atlanta, have them touch you, period. You going to respect me. So I had to distance myself from him. But I check on him, text him, tell him I love him, whatever. But that disrespectful stuff, a parent shouldn't have to go through that, period.
And see, me, I'm not affectionate with the loving thing. I don't like people tell me that you love. I want you to show me. You could tell me 1,000 times.
You want to give you a big hug?
No, I don't want no hugs. And keep all that. I want you to do what you're supposed to do as a child. You know what I'm saying? As a young adult. If I die today, I want my kids to be able to take care of themselves. To stand on their own.
We all want that, period,
right?
You know?
But they have to learn while we're here instead of being disrespectful. They know everything,
right?
Because how many people that's gonna say they're here for you and then something happened? Where they at? Where they at?
They ain't around. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
But I grew up and you disrespect your parents. That man, the whole project gonna kill you.
Right.
You better not say. You better not say nothing to your mother outside. The whole project gonna turn on you, beat you up right there in front of your moms. But I don't know, they just ain't got no respect,
Mm-mm. And they think the parents is out to get them. That's you know what I'm saying. They think we the enemies because we be trying to teach them and guide them.
Right.
They want to think we the enemies when we on your team, we on your side. Right. You got girls, so how you think you gonna react with this fatherhood with these gals coming up?
Man, all I can do is be an example at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know,
sometimes even when you setting a good example, they still get poisoned to talk back or do something disrespectful or anything like that. You know?
Because I had a mouth on me when I was younger, so I tried to the mouthy part, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They gotta express themselves. I don't mind expressing yourself, but don't be cussing and don't be, you know what I'm saying, that you ain't never did nothing for me. You staying under my roof. Like, you ain't paying no bills.
My brother and my sister-in-laws say that too, But you just gotta respect your parent. That's just the bottom line,
And being in these streets, want to tote guns. It's a lot of my son friends, both of them I done talked to, and they wish they would have stayed in school, stayed on the football field. The streets ain't what they thought it was. All that, it be too late then. So the young ones, they need to...
Not to cut you, what do you say to a young kid that come to you and you know that he toting guns, he's shooting through the houses? What do you tell him? What would you tell him?
Sit your ass down.
That ain't gonna work, bro. He gonna turn around and cock that joint on you.
I wouldn't even tell him. I'd tell him he got to protect himself, because out here these days, I mean, you got to protect yourself.
All right, I'm gonna throw you a scenario, Keisha. If you pull up at the gas station, get some gas, and you see a car pull up beside you, it's a group of niggas with bandanas on, you gonna stay there, keep up your gas? You like, oh hell no, I'm out of here.
No, I'm sure not. And my kids can tell you, like, I'm a peacemaker. When they friends and them is beefing, I don't jump sides, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't chop the other side down. I tell mine to be smart and stay out the other person's way. You know what I'm saying? Don't bring harm, danger to yourself. And if I was at the store and a bunch of little dudes pull up like that and like they finna do something, I have to tell them, y'all better think about what you about to do.
Yep.
Because all y'all probably ain't gonna carry that charge.
That's right.
So you better think about what you about to do.
All of them gonna carry that charge until they get the main one. Check that out.
No, they ain't. Cause one of them gonna snitch.
Yeah.
One of them gonna snitch from the start. He ain't even going down.
And that's what I be telling them. Say some of these young brothers, they run in packs. So you take, for instance, it's like 10 of them running in a pack. They do something, kill somebody. Do you actually think all 10 of them dudes is gonna stay solid?
No,
they not gonna stay solid.
That's why I said all of them ain't going down.
7 of them gonna tell on you because they don't want to go to jail and they out here enjoying their free life, think it's a free life, but living a wrong life. So they're not gonna they're gonna tell on you. So when you commit a crime, if you committing a crime, you better be committed on yourself. By yourself. I'm not saying commit one,
right?
But if you're gonna move, you better move by yourself, because everybody's not starting. It's hard to relate that to young brothers because they into that culture. So when you're trying to relate that, no, that's my brother,
right?
I'm like,
Mine
okay.
say that all the
I don't
time.
had a lot of my brothers
turn on you.
And when the light popped on everybody, the motherfuckers going to the refrigerator, grabbing a thing of cheese and start talking.
Yeah, they know.
Look at Michael Vick, for instance. Check this out. No, I'm telling real shit. They're going to go get that cheese. But take Michael Vick, for instance. Michael Vick was worth $380 million, I think he was worth. He had a bunch of friends that was fighting dogs. The feds came in and grabbed his friends. Them niggas started telling on Michael Vick. He had a mansion for a man cave for them. He was feeding them, and they switched on him. So you think a nigga with 300 million and he got friends and they turn on him, you think you with a bunch of dudes that's broke, they ain't gonna turn on you? Cut it out, man.
Gonna tell it.
They're gonna tell. They're gonna tell. And it's a sad part, man. Then they be sitting in prison looking stupid. Don't burn all their bridges. They ain't got nobody to call. But
get
who?
Mad.
Their mama.
Gotta call mama.
The same mama they don't say, mind your business. The same mama, I ain't going to school. The same mama, I'm not going to help you with the groceries. You know what I'm saying?
Tell them what they say in prison. You like, hey, mind your business.
Mind your business. Oh, yeah.
This ain't got nothing to do with
you. Yeah, I was locked up. I was locked up and some young dudes come in, right? You got dudes... I'm in a Supermax. You got dudes that's doing 100 years. You got dudes that's doing 50 years, 30 years. You got lifers. Now them young dudes coming in the system, it's a bunch of booty bandits. They raping young dudes coming in there. So I was telling Tae one instant, we in a pod, you know what I'm saying? We in a library, and the dude they baited him, and he following them, and he followed them to the library. The library is where they be raping them kids. So we down there studying for a charge, like trying to flip a case. So he walked by like he was doing something. We were like, man, looking at him, you about to get raped, boy. They went back there. We couldn't go back there and say, yo, you don't need to be doing it. Look at us like, mind your fucking business. I'm doing 50 years. And all you heard was boot, they knocked him out. And we just left the library. Ain't none of my business. Shit, I ain't doing 50 years. I only got 17, but I'm going home.
Right, and my son,
I'm minding my fucking business.
On that behalf, I tell them, that's why I tell them, you go in there, your gang, whatever you connect with, they're not going to save you. They're not going to help. They'll help you in certain things, but people that's bigger than them, that they know, you know what I'm saying, oh, I might get killed. I put my mouth in this business. They ain't gonna step for you. You gonna be in there by yourself.
When you come in prison, I don't care who you connected with. If you coming in there, you're gonna have to pay a price, period. If you thinking your crew gonna hold you down. Sometimes dudes came in there and they was related to some connected to a culture. Their culture abandoned them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they out there, they trying to get connected to another culture. And then sometimes you coming in with co-defenders. Like, you coming in with like 10, 12 co-defenders. And once you come in prison, everybody start doing their own thing because the majority of them scared. So they clicking up with dudes that they think they more powerful than you. And then they change on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, they change on you. So the young brothers need to really think before you kill somebody and think what you getting into. Because that prison life is real. You ain't got no guns. And if you don't know how to make a knife, your ass is dead in there, period.
I'm telling you.
Then 9 chances you come in, somebody gonna give you a knife. So now they gonna force you to commit another. You might come in with a 3 to 5.
Nah, they give you a knife, that mean they want to fight.
No, I'm saying I don't see dudes coming in with a 3 to 5, meaning they going home in no less than 2 years. They be home. They get a knife, they kill somebody, and now they doing natural. Nigga came in with a 2-year bid. Now he in there for the rest of his life because he grabbed a knife to protect himself, which he didn't have to do that. All he had to do is go the opposite way. You beefing with a nigga that got 20 years. Right. That nigga don't care. He got 20 years.
Basically, he's saying self-defense don't exist in prison.
Sure don't. It sure don't, bro. They charge you in prison, too. They charge you. Unless you get away with it.
You have the rights to self-defend yourself.
You better defend yourself, but in the right way, because if you get caught killing somebody, you getting a charge, bro.
Yeah, and then the ones that's juveniles, steady doing stuff. I got 2 guys' sons right now that's in jail. They was passing when they was juveniles, but they waited till they got 18. Now they done threw the book at their ass. Now they sitting there. They done been in jail about a year. It's been over a year. Both of them have been in there over a year because they was together. But one was actually at the scene, and the other one just got caught texting before and after the murder because somebody got killed.
That's
but both
crazy.
of them in there on the same charges.
So what do we do? What would be the solution to try to change the way the youth is moving? Do you have a solution for that? Something would you suggest to the youth to change their thinking pattern?
It ain't. I mean, I could suggest they stay their ass in school and stay on that football field. That's what suggest, because a lot of them be having talent, but they don't think they can go to the NFL or the NBA because, you know, other people beat them out. But you don't know unless you get there. And then you can go to college and you can be a walk-on if you don't get a scholarship. I mean, there's plenty of things that they can do.
Right.
A high school diploma going to help them get a job regardless. Because if you don't have no high school diploma, then you really ain't. You're going to be working at McDonald's, Burger King, which ain't nothing wrong with working at McDonald's, Burger King. Now, don't get it twisted. Because they up to like $15 an hour. But you will want a good job to help support your family.
I think they need to make more trade schools, because once you get a trade, nobody could take that away from you. You know,
it depends on what trade.
Yeah, they should just do a bunch of trades for people.
Right.
If I had to do it over, I would take a trade school.
Because landscaping always going to be around.
Yeah.
Welding.
Yep.
CDLs, get your keep your driver license straight if you can get some. Truck drivers always needed.
I'm saying, like, when I went to school, like, I never wanted to go to school. My mentality was like, I don't care about school. I got exposed to quick money at an early age. I didn't even see, like, I didn't want to go to school, but I should have kept my butt in school. I even went to, they was passing me and I knew I was dumb. They were like, oh, you to the next grade. How did I make that? I didn't come to school. Just go to the 6th grade. Okay.
Right.
Hey, then they put me in a trades. I graduated.
And what year was that?
I was in the 6th. They just kept passing me up to like, I went to the like.
You didn't tell me that no shot left behind shit was some bullshit that George Bush.
Huh?
Yeah, they been had that.
They were just passing me, and I was like, why are they passing me? Like, I don't go to school. I'm cursing all the teachers out. I'm doing destruction in the school. They just kept passing me. So they sent me to this high school, which was a trade school. It was Alfred E. Smith in the Bronx. it was mechanic and refrigeration. I went there the first day. It was an all-men's school. I looked, I said, all these, it ain't no women's here? Shit, they sent me to the wrong school. So I left that, and then they transferred me to another school. I just gave up on school. But if I had to do it all, I would have just stayed with that trade school and got me a trade, you know.
Right.
I really would have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I had an opportunity. My father was a city bus driver. He was like, I'm going to bring you on cleaning buses. Like, you're going to make a lot of money. I'm like, Dad, I'm making more money than you. What type of money I'm making cleaning buses?
Need legal money.
You know?
Legal money.
He was like,
Right. Legal money.
That's what he said too. He said, I want you to be able to file some taxes.
Right.
I was like, Dad, I'm not worried about no tax.
And
I regret that because when my father retired, he was getting $7,800 a month from his retirement. $7,800 a month from his retirement. Yeah.
Yeah.
A month. I was so mad when he showed me that thing before he died. He said, see how much I get a month?
Right.
I was like, $7,800?
Credit.
To sleep all day?
Yeah, good credit. Keep your credit good.
He said, you wish you would have took that job 30 years ago, huh? I said, you're right. I would have been ready to retire. You're right. But yeah, they need to go to school, find a trade, you know, own your own business, work to that point.
Yeah, they can own their own businesses because it's a lot of them can put their minds together, come up with something.
And it's not hard if you if you stay focused, you young, you can start your own business. You know, you just gotta be hungry.
Ron lead you down the yellow brick road.
Yeah, definitely I'll lead you down that road. You definitely have your own joint.
All these door dashes and all this other stuff people coming up with, like that's an easy business.
I was telling my grandkids they getting ready to go to college, so I was giving them a pep talk. I was like, whatever you majoring in, you need to get that, whatever you're going to get, and then start work for a company. And after 2 years, I need to hear you come to me and say, Papa, I'm ready to start my own business. Because working for other people, I mean, it's okay, but these days you got to have that and something else.
Because even
you can't survive off of one job.
Yeah, it ain't even like taxi cabs around no more. So somebody can start up a taxi cab, business transportation, getting people back forth to work.
There you go, right there.
I'm fine at Camel Soup. I ain't going away.
Nah, we ain't doing Camel Soup,
I'm fine at Camel Soup. I ain't going away.
We ain't doing Camel Soup, man.
How many people at Camel Soup eat a ride to work?
Right, it's a lot of people at Camel Soup.
See, there you go.
It definitely is.
There you go.
I'm gonna give
Purdue, Camel Soup.
I'm about to give her the blueprint. This is the blueprint. You at Campbell Soup, right? Call up her, see how much they're going to charge for you to rent a 17-passenger van. Once you figure that out, you get somebody to be your driver. Now you work at Campbell Soup, say, yo, I got transportation for y'all. Now you going to hire the driver with the 17-passenger van. No, because she want to keep her job.
I'm going to keep my job.
Let her keep her job.
That's my driver down there.
Okay, there go your driver down there.
My sister, she gonna be
so now you hire her to drive. Now you picking up 17 people a night, taking them back and forth. That's your own little business.
Yeah, definitely.
That's another income.
It is.
We're going to be on you about that.
Well, I don't know.
Got Miss Now on the building. How you doing, Miss Now? What up? You doing good? Yeah.
Yeah,
we're going to have her on the podcast one day. You know what I'm saying? You got to introduce y'all to the lady behind it who helped make all this possible. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, back to the...
Back to you doing your blueprint.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of things. You can be creative out there to get income, you know. So, I think everybody in their neighborhoods, the older dudes, the young, the mothers and fathers, they got to work on the youth, man. And not give up. On the youth. No.
Bring them back out the streets.
Because if they don't stop this generation right now, could you imagine the next generation? They looking at this generation, so they want to be like them.
Yeah.
So the next generation, hopefully, I don't want to be around, but it's gonna be crazy.
It is.
Imagine the next generation, bro. The way this generation is, You can't even come outside. You at that point now.
I have always told my boys, and this is for girls, boys, anybody. I don't like drive-by shooters. I mean, if you got a problem with somebody, and this straight up, you need to get that one person. Don't go shoot up nobody's mama house or sister house or anybody's house. We gonna get that one person.
That one person.
That one person who behind that trigger, they gonna get it.
What their mama told them to do it.
I'm gonna say it again. I don't know. I don't know what the mama food you gonna shoot up my house. You gonna have to take that for your mama.
Yeah.
Here's it. You go. Let's tell on your mama. You gonna say, "Oh, my mama told me to do it."
Yeah, that don't make sense. Like
that's gonna be
if
you
got
mama.
beef, you got beef with somebody. Why you just don't face that person you got beef with, instead of drive-by shooting up somebody's house, killing somebody? And
I taught mine that.
To me, that's a coward.
Yeah, that's
move.
a coward.
That's a coward.
I ain't saying
that's a coward.
I ain't saying say jump out in public, but I'm just saying you can catch them any type of ways to not shoot up somebody, put somebody else in danger. Cause I done did a lot of stuff. Now I done went to a lot of houses, ready to fight and carrying on. But I went by myself. I ain't take nobody with me.
And,
I ain't got buying money for everybody.
And then you gotta look at the structure of the where they living at. How's the structure, like far as the codes or where they live at? You know what I'm saying? Like when I was brought up, there was codes. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't leave our hood and go cause problems over here and then come back home with the problem, because then that becomes a problem for you with us. Don't bring that back where we got our mothers, our grandmothers, our kids. So you got to look at the structure of what people grow up at. If they don't have older people laying the codes down, they just gonna do reckless stuff. Like I couldn't be brought up, nothing against North Carolina, I couldn't be brought up down here in those developments. Why? Because there's no structure and everybody's doing free game. When you living in a village is different. We protect each other. We don't allow people. You couldn't walk through my hood and say, "Yo, where Ron live at?" And they'll be like, "Okay, we'll take you. Come to building 2094." And when you get in that building, they're gonna hold you, and then I'm gonna come and see everything all right. If it's not, you're gonna die right in that building. Period.
Right.
People couldn't even come in my project. They couldn't. If you lived in my project, somebody outside my project couldn't date you and come in our projects to see you. You have to leave the project to go see them. Why? Because that person you might see might want to come in the project and start living off the project and start doing his thing. So we didn't allow that.
You want to hit that over there.
Yeah, hit that over there. Hit that over there. You can't hit. Boy, I'm telling you some real stuff. You can't hit that over here. You got to take that out the project.
It's our booty.
No, it was just structure that we grew up under. Like when you grow up under structure, it's something different, you know? You couldn't come in my project and just pick up something and say, I got 2 for 1. 2 for 1 what? You couldn't sell nothing in my project if you did not live in my project.
That's understandable. Ain't coming to the hood taking over.
Yeah, but that's what's going on a lot down here. A lot of people, they bring different people from different towns into their development where they live at, and then that person poison it with his friends from a different town. So they allow, I don't see what dudes allow dudes they just met kill their man that they grew up with. How does that work? How you let a stranger you just met kill somebody you knew for 40 years or 30 years?
Right.
How do that work? But that just goes show there's no structure. There's no older brothers telling them right from wrong. It's just crazy, man. Period.
It is.
I mean, cut y'all off, but we got go on commercial break, man. But if y'all like this episode, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, man. Put it with Tae and Ron and Keisha. Hey,
Yeah.
we right back. Messages. Yeah. Hey, yo, man, it's your boy Tae.
And I'm Ron.
Hey, man, it's Plugged In with Tae and Ron. And, yo, we got some merch for y'all, man. We brought the heat, man. As you can see, she got the Who You Plugged In merch.
Definitely, man. Tap in with us. You need to follow us, you know what I'm saying? Go below and look at the merch. Tap in and get some merch from us. Definitely. Tap in with us.
And also, man, this helps support the podcast and you support our day ones. You feel me?
It don't hurt to support. All donations will be welcome, man, to keep this podcast going.
Man, this right here is for anybody that's digging the podcast, man. This is to help to keep the podcast going and help keep them fire combos for you to listen to. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And also, you know what I'm saying? Just to put it out there, you know what I'm saying? We're one of the merch while watching the podcast. You feel me? You
Definitely that. We're one of the merch. And by the way, the first 10 people that, what they gotta say, bro?
For the first 10 people get free merch, man. Certified from the one and only Artist Unplugged podcast and plugged in with Tae and Ron, man. Send in a video clip saying who you plugged in with.
Exactly.
Plugged in with Tae and Ron. Send your own version, man. You can do it however you want to do it, man. We'll pick the best top 10. You feel
best
me?
top 10 video saying who you plugged in with, Tae and Ron, and we'll pick the best 10, and we're gonna send you one of these.
Man.
One of these. And we might throw in a bonus that you can come on the podcast and sit with us. How about that?
Yeah, man.
Definitely. Who you plugged in with? We back on.
Yeah, we back up, man. Y'all enjoy those commercials, man. Yeah.
So we're gonna have you come back because I know you wanted to talk about single mothers, right?
Yeah, I did, but we had to get on the youth men's growing up, coming up, young adults.
This part 2. Yeah, we're gonna have part 2. Now you're gonna release part 1 to see talk about the single mothers.
But for y'all young men's out there, y'all need to get it together. Like, you want to take care of your mom, you want to take care of your daughters, your sisters. You got to be out here. You got to be free to do that. You don't want to be behind bars and then somebody calling and tell you some old bull job that happened that you could have been on home to prevent. You know what I'm saying?
True that.
Like, take over.
Is it hard for you to be a single mother?
Yes and no. I made it look easy. Everybody say I made it look easy now.
But tell the
but
truth,
it definitely,
hard?
yeah, it was hard. Had to get a babysitter. Look, you trying me. Had to work. Had to get babysitters. Then school calling. You have to go to the school. Have to find a ride. If you don't have a car. It's a lot. Single mamas.
I'm gonna let you go, but what would you tell? I know you got your daughter going to have a kid. Congratulations, by the way.
I have 5 kids and 9 grandkids.
What's about to happen? Boy, Ron's about to shut this shit down.
What everything you know as being a single mother, what you've been through, and what you know what's ahead of her. What advice that you have for young ladies right now that's expecting to have a kid that's going to be a mother, a single mother? What would be your advice to them?
They have to put God first. First of all, definitely gonna need God in this, guide you and lead you. But don't try to run down your baby daddy. Like, just be fathers. They don't want to be there. Don't make them. You just stand on your own 2 feet and you make it happen. Cause I had my baby daddies in and out. You know what I'm saying? But as far as me, I was there for my kids.
Right.
It was me and them, plain and simple. And I had help. But for the ones that don't have help, you don't need to give up. You know what I'm saying? The world, you make it happen for you and your child. Or your kids. I got a goddaughter, got 2 kids at 16. She got 2 boys. And she's making it happen. She's still going to school. And, it's hard. She don't have a car. But she's making it happen.
So, that would be some good advice,
Yeah, the world go around, but you got to do it. You got to stay strong and focused for you and yours.
And also, young mothers that's getting ready to have a kid to be a mother first time. The key is, like I tell my daughters, if you got a baby father or boyfriend, whatever, if he's not helping you, do not sit around and wait for that help.
Right.
You gotta always. My mother used to always tell my sisters, have your own money.
Right.
When you leave this house, you better have cab money on top of cab money.
Right.
Have your own money. That way you don't have to depend on your baby father.
Right. Independent. Be independent. Whether he stay or go, you still gonna make it happen.
Exactly.
What's the word of the day?
What's the word? No, we can't say that.
Why we can't?
Say it. We can't say that, man. Yeah. Bump them. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But yeah, you gotta have your own money. get your own job. Don't depend on him if he's not willing to help raise his kid. You can't be stuck crying like, oh, he won't pay, he won't do this, he won't do that.
Right.
You can't. You
Send
knew
him
what
on.
you got into before
Child
you got
support.
into it.
Child support will
know?
work it out. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Child support.
But sometimes I think like when it comes to child support, like
It
I
ain't
don't
worth
know.
a damn.
It ain't worth it, and it stops a young man from really growing. Say for instance, if a young lady have a baby by a young man and he's not doing right, she take out child support. That might stun his growth from coming into a man, because now he got to go settle for anything to help her take care of the kid.
No.
You know?
No. If a daddy for father is gonna be a father to that child, you don't need no child support. If
Right.
he's gonna do his part, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna go 50-50 to that child, then it's no need for child support. But these bums out here that got the money and still don't want to take care of their kids, they gotta be put on child support. 'Cause that
Right.
$50 will help more
Right.
than him doing nothing. That $50 a month is gonna help. And then,
Right.
I mean, he be able to add $50, and then he might still help on school clothes, Christmas, back to school, birthdays. Okay, I mean that's still doing something. But these ones that don't want to do nothing and talk junk, no, you better put them on child support.
Even sometimes when you doing something for your kids, and I'm gonna flip that. Sometimes you're doing something for your kids, the baby mother expect you to do more than what her hands call for. You know what I'm saying? For
Right.
instance, I was doing something for my daughter. Like my daughter didn't want for nothing, and her mother started seeing somebody else. He living with her, but I was still helping out. So one time she called me like, "Oh, could you help me with the light bill? Your daughter here." Then I'm saying, "So what you got your nigga there for? What is he doing?" So I'm gonna pay the light bill so he can have access to lights. No, you bring my daughter to me and y'all figure out your light bill
Damn,
money.
do that.
And no, then the next day she taking me to court trying to get child support, which I didn't mind. But I told her, "You taking me to court
And that's all you
to
gonna
do
get.
this is all you're gonna get, but I'm gonna take care of my daughter.
Right.
Anything I get her gonna be at my spot. Ain't no extra coming when you ain't got no man and you need help.
Right.
That don't come.
See, that's what the difference
That don't
is.
come.
I ain't got shit.
I ain't got nothing
Right.
for you.
See, that's what the
You know what
difference is.
I'm
Like
saying?
I said, you can have some good baby mamas and some bum baby daddies. Then you can have some bum baby mamas and some good baby daddies.
Yeah.
Because it is some females that want to stop the daddies from seeing the child or taking care of the child just because she can't get what she want. Them bum ass baby mamas.
Yeah, and they using them childs as
Yeah,
a
use
pawn.
childs, yeah.
They using the kid as a pawn. But then when we went to court, the judge was like, we're gonna do. I only have 1 year on it. He was like, we're gonna take $300 something out your check. I was like, cool. So the lawyer said, we'll come back. Me and her went to home. He said, give him $380 a month. I said, I'm gonna do that. She said, well, I can take $20 off for you. I looked at her, I said, what?
$380.
No, yo, bro, I swear on my mom, I looked at her, I said, you want to take $20 off of? I said, no, don't do that. And on my mama, after he said that, I went downstairs, went in my car, and I took a year payment and paid that year that day. I said, I'm done with you. You paid up, they're gonna send you your money. She said $20 she want to take off of it. I've been paying her light bills, been helping her with groceries.
Yeah, them the ones you don't put on child support, the ones that's gonna help. Because if the good ones like that, if you put me on child support and I'm a good father like that, that's all you gonna get. Like, period.
But I understood that my daughter lived with her, so whatever she go through, my daughter go
Right,
through.
that's right.
I was even doing for her when she had a man. Like, at a point, I'm like, yo, here, take that. I know you got a man, but we good, because my daughter there. You know what I'm saying? But she got greedy for $380.
And that's all she would have got.
And that's all she ever got after
That's
that.
it.
She can call me today and ask for something. I'll be like, what?
Word, they run.
You know what it is. You know? But I'm saying you got some good baby mothers out there and you got some bad baby mothers.
Yeah.
And that don't make her a bad baby mother at that time.
Right.
She was just greedy.
Greedy, just
Period.
greedy.
Because I got to salute her because she raised my daughter when I was locked up in prison. So I don't take none of that away from her.
Right.
I just take her greediness away from her. You can't be greedy when somebody really taking care of their kid.
Right.
I can see if you got a bum baby father, he ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, I had 3 bad. Well, my first one was all he was good and he got killed. So then I would do like next 2. Ooh, child, trade they is.
Yeah.
I trade the next 2.
Yeah.
But I'm thankful for all 5 of my kids, though.
Yeah,
They
that's
a
good.
blessing.
That's good.
Yep. But he tried it. He threw it in there anyway.
Yeah. I
he
got
did.
one more question, and then we're gonna let you go. What do you see in the near future for not just the young brothers that's out there wilding, but the single mothers?
Oh,
Let's
they
talk
gonna
about
be
the
strong.
single mothers.
They're gonna be strong.
Always.
Yeah, they're gonna be strong. Cause they was raised by a strong woman,
There you go.
so they're gonna be all right. And they just gotta, as I tell mine, she gotta get her high school diploma. I ain't gonna make her go to college. She don't want to go, cause I mean, a lot of people go. No.
Get that school check.
What? So you have to pay it back.
You got to pay it back.
Yes, you do.
We had that discussion before,
Yeah, you
Tay.
have to pay them back.
You got to pay that money
It's
back.
a
Yes,
lot
you
of
do.
people I know right now
Yeah.
go to college.
Yeah, you got to pay that. You got to pay that penny back.
$100,000 in debt from
You got-
going to school.
Do you remember when I told you? I said, "Yo, this dude, one of my friends, he went for a job. He got a master, all this crazy stuff. He got all types of degree. They told him he was overqualified. So I looked at him. He was telling me like, yeah, I couldn't get the job. They said I was overqualified. So I said, you paid over $250,000 for that education, and you can't. Yeah. You got to pay all that money back, bro. You better Google that.
You better look. It's on your credit.
It's on your credit, bro. No, you
You
paying
don't
for.
get too many Pell Grants. You
Listen.
might get 1 or 2, but
So
it's
you-
not to cover like.
Let me get him, Keisha. Let me get him. So you thinking that the white man giving you free education?
Nah, listen, what I'm saying is,
No, I'm just saying. You think they giving out free education when they go to school?
well, if you under a certain tax bracket or something,
If you get a
You go get a master's. That's $100,000. You're paying that back.
you paying that back.
Now, if you're going to get just a little year or 6 months, then
See
you might get enough to cover
that
that.
Pelly money you get, that extra money you get for your books and all that, that's in the loan. That's your money. That's why they give it
but
to you.
listen, you said it shows up on your credit.
If you don't
Yeah,
pay
it's
it
gonna
back,
show up on your credit. You didn't pay it back.
It wasn't on my credit. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Look, I did
Wow.
credit check, all that.
Well,
So how much money they gave you?
About close to 5,000.
that ain't nothing.
That ain't
That's
nothing.
What I'm telling
Check.
you. That's
Where you
that
went to,
little money.
minor college?
Yeah, we talk about
What kind of college you went to?
A 4-year college.
What type of $5,000?
Yeah, we talking about that. That you paying that back. They putting that on your
Hey,
credit.
hold
You
on,
paying that
Keisha.
back.
Hey, what type of college you went to for $5,000? That nigga went to ghetto university under
He went to
ghetto.
RCC. Yeah, he went to RCC. That's a community college.
That's a
so
community
that's-
college,
We
boy.
talking about a 4-year education.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, that's a community college. That's different.
Yeah, my homegirl, she went.
She go to Pembroke and she still get Pembroke.
No, you will get Pelly. What I'm
We're
saying,
talking about
that
the
pellet
big
money is
Oh, you talking about the loans?
the
Yes.
loans, the student loans.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about Pell Grant.
Yeah,
Pelly
Pell
Graham is
Grant.
in the student loan.
No, some Pell Grants you don't have to pay back.
Some Pell Grants you don't pay. That's why I
But
said
that's the
it.
little bit. That's like 5,000. That's but student loans you getting like $20,000-$30,000 for student loans. You're gonna pay.
Sometimes
that
you
back.
get more than that.
Yeah, I mean it depends on how long you go to college.
Yeah, some college you get up to like 10,000.
Yeah, cause Nikki's still paying back. Well, my homegirl, she is 53 years old and she's still paying back
Yeah.
her college loan.
You gotta pay them
That's still
college
on her
loans
credit.
back, man.
I wouldn't take
They
no
want
loan.
that. Nah, I ain't take nah. I ain't nah.
Pelly's everywhere now.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
But yeah,
So young ladies, get your own job, keep your own money, and
Take us home, Ron.
get the right father in your baby life.
yeah. You gotta think about who you lay down with before you had them children.
Yeah, you
Think
got-
about they background.
we gonna let Keisha take us home.
No,
man.
we ain't taking no Keisha not
You
taking.
know that's your role, Tay. You good at
Go
that.
ahead, Ron.
Nah, we ain't doing that. But listen,
Yeah.
y'all tap in, y'all young ladies, and if y'all need some advice, we're gonna leave her email under the capture. Y'all can email her.
Follow her on Facebook.
Follow her on Facebook. Let them know where you on Facebook at. We'll leave her Facebook information, but you can
It's private. I don't even.
Oh, it's
I don't
private,
even be
but
accepting all the friend requests.
take
So-
some of her advice. She's very wise. She don't raise kids, and take her advice. Like, Your young ladies got to be sharp.
You gotta
And be
be
careful who you choose as your baby father.
Yeah, it's 2025, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta look at the background ethics of the families, the grandmothers. I'm talking about all that. Y'all
You
better
need to
take it
start
wise.
like, my advice to some of you young ladies, if y'all got a pops like me, like I tell my daughters, if you got a man in your bed, you can't call me for nothing. Nothing at all. So choose the right man you lay up with and choose the right man you choose to build your family with. Because that's crucial. Period. Just don't be out there having sex for the enjoyment of it. Think about your future, and you bringing a kid in this world, and you don't want him to be hard to be confused because the parents are not together or there's no structure. They'll just be labeled as who they gonna be in the future.
Yeah, everybody
So,
want their kid to do better.
You
than
want your
them.
kid to do better, so choose wisely what you get into. And for the young brothers out there that's shooting and killing, I'll let Tay tell y'all what y'all need to give them some advice. Nah, I'm just telling you what it is. And it's just wise words, you know.
Wise.
I've been down that road. I don't see it all.
How many years in it is?
I did like close to 20 years.
That's 20 years gone. I'm
20
right.
years. Yeah.
He trying to
20
save y'all.
years trying to save you from the going. It ain't nothing in there, man, but men's. And then you got some weirdo men's in there, trust me. They'll take your life to lay up with you. If you ain't right, you gonna be a woman in it. I'm gonna close it, but I'm gonna tell you, I was telling you when I was walking in yard, I was in a supermarket. They don't turn dudes out where they wear like a skelly cap. They don't cut a hole in the skelly cap and made it as a dress. And they don't took the Kool-Aid and put it around their lips, so now they got the lipstick. And they walk in the yard like they females. It's real in there, bro.
No.
It's real, and they turning them out. They, man. You don't want to go to prison. Trust me, you do not want to go to prison because there's nothing in there, you know. There's nothing in there but
Even though they disrespect their mothers and fathers, that'll be the worst thing. You go to prison and they have to call you and tell you that they gone.
that they gone. Yeah, that'll be the worst thing for a mother. And I don't seen a lot of people
Yeah, me too.
been gone, locked in prison, or got killed. And all you can do is shake your head, man, because you know their moms is gonna go through it. You
Yep.
know, you don't want to die in prison. You know what I mean? And you don't want to be in prison. It's easy to take a life, and it's hard to get out of prison. For real. I'm just saying, man. Trump ain't letting y'all niggas out. Yo, and if you look at the structure of prison, everything is owned by different people, like the slippers, the canteen. All these powerful white people own that. So why wouldn't they want to keep you in prison? That's bread for them,
Yep.
you know?
Take us home, bro.
Nah, you take us home. I'm done, man. Nah, I'm gonna let Keisha take us home.
Tay got it.
You know, this is it for this episode, man. You like to subscribe, comment, man. Hey, Tae, Ron, got Keisha in. Hey,
Tae and Ron.
Tae and Ron, baby.
We out of here.
We outta here.
Peace.
I've been through the storm, now I'm iced out. Had to cut some ties, now the snakes out. Ain't no turning back, yeah, it's up now. But all I see is money, I don't back.